Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For anyone who's new, my name is Olivia and today I'm going to be wrapping for you the style I wore on Sunday to my daughter's wedding reception. It was a two-scarf wrap, a shimmery and a pashmina. Now the pashmina I used was the pashmina from November's Scarf of the Month. I'm not going to be using those scarves today because I'm a sentimental weirdo. When I took the wrap off my head, fully intending to unwrap it and do the video for you using those scarves, I plopped it down on the desk, and then when it came time to undo it, it wasn't happening because I don't know, I just couldn't undo it because it was so pretty, and you know, it was a symbol of that day. So I am currently seeing it in the camera behind me. It's wrapped up there on my head, my mannequin head. Well, my head. Now this is my head. That's my other head. It's up there on the head. I just slipped it over top of her tiny head, and it's gonna stay there until probably my daughter undoes it for me because I can't. I like it too much. So today I'm going to be doing the exact same style with a different set of scarves. Now, as you could probably see, I'm going with a more goth style. Today's colors are red, black, and silver instead of the blues and turquoises. So I have here the dark red shimmery from Rapunzel, and I also have a pashmina. It's a retired pashmina, but it is a pashmina that I've had in my collection and I just haven't worn a lot. I do apologize. I have some crows hanging out outside here doing their caw-cawness, so you might hear that through the microphone. But I think it's appropriate for today. But I'm going to start out by placing the scarf on my head with, I think I want, this scarf came with stripes, and I didn't talk about that, I didn't mention it, but you have the dark gray, the black, and the red. So I'm going to start out by folding this to fit my head, and I want the gray next to my face, I think. This nice dark gray. And I'm putting it on even-ish. If it's slightly off, it doesn't matter. Alright, and I'm just doing a crisscross in the back. Since it's a two-scarf wrap, it's already, I don't know, I just didn't want to do two knots back here. Now I have the shimmery, and I'm going to be folding that into quarters. Had I been thinking, I would have already had it folded into quarters, but it's early, so alright, so folded it into quarters, placing it on my head, not straight up front. When I do this, I want the long tail, short tail, one long tail, one short tail, and I want the short tail to come out over the right shoulder. So let's see how this works. I think this is the, yeah, this is the length I wanted. All right. The length you choose for this side is up to you. This is the length I did for the tail on Sunday, so that's what we're gonna go with. Try to get it as close as possible. Bear in mind though, it's never going to be exactly the same. It's just one of those things about wrapping. Things change slightly each time you wrap. Now I'm going to pick up this piece, this tail, bring it over. I'm reaching in through the pocket here, you can see, and I am pulling it out, just like so. I'm going to try to keep this, excuse me, I'm going to try to keep it a little flatter because I don't want a big bulge on this side. Alright, and adjust this a little bit. In the end, or in at the end of the wrap, I want to see just a hint of this piece here, just a little triangle. So, all right, I'm going to take these pieces and I'm going to tuck them into my robe I think that was one of the problems when I was attempting to do this last night. I didn't have the robe on. It was in the laundry. So I did this on Sunday with just wearing the robe so I can slip into my dress after doing all my makeup and putting on my wrap. So that's one of the issues I was having. All right, so I'm going to hold out. This is a lot of pleats, a lot of pleats. So it takes a little bit of patience and practice and perseverance to get all of these pleats to just be where you want them and to behave appropriately. So don't rush it when you're doing this. Also, this is not a beginner's wrap. So I said that yesterday about the wrap I wore. It's not a beginner's wrap. It's one that has more advanced skills. So don't be upset if you're new and you can't get it the first time. Just keep practicing. You will totally get it. All right, so we're going to pull that a little bit tighter, a little bit tighter, a little bit tighter, and see if we can get one more. There we go. All the way down, pulling it a little bit tighter. All right, my friends. This one pleat wants to hide inside. I would prefer that it didn't. So, I'm gonna fuss with it. Same with back here. This one wants to hide. All right, I've got them pulled, flipping, placing. All right. Now, there's a spot back here. I'm just gonna tuck those fringes. This will help hold the scarf in place for you. And we're not gonna mess with the pleats over here. You see, they're just kind of helter-skelter, willy-nilly, kind of just going whatever. We will fix those as soon as we do the wraparound swizzly part. Okay. Now we are going to be covering this portion of the wrap with this section. Okay. We have to make sure that we are getting this tail turned the appropriate way. Sometimes it gets a little twisted around. And we want it to lay nicely in the back. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here with the pleats. All right, there we go. Now this side was a little messier because it's not as important as this side. The piece, when I do the swizzle around and bring down here, I'm going to be spot on. But this can be a little bit less finicky and fussy. All right. All right, my friend. There we go. All right. So I have this here. Now what I'm going to do, did I do it? All right, I think what I did, brought you up behind. Okay, and then this is the part where we do the swizzly. This off center swizzly. And I'm going to make sure that we're not slipping forward like we just did. All right, you go down here for a second. Definitely ways to cheat to get your scarf to lay appropriately and not misbehave. All right. So here we have these pleats. They're there. They're hiding. It's okay. Just flipping them over. All right, so we're gonna bring this over And we are now going to tuck this away and adjust these pleats, just so we're going to get them nice and neat. Some of them want to hide. You can see here. This part will take a little bit of time, so this probably will end up being a forever video. I spent a half an hour just on the pleats the other day. I will not do that today for you because nobody wants to sit and watch me fiddle with pleats for half an hour. Alright. You can see those pretty pleats. Alright, and we're going to get that nice and neat. And in the back, I can feel this piece is not laying properly. Alright, and we've got some little fringy bits that want to stick out. Not the look I'm going for. Also stopped to give my arms a little bit of a break here and there because arms do get tired from being in this position for a long period of time. So we have that particular side. All right, now for this side, I want this piece to come in the front. And I'm going to have to do some maneuvering so that these pieces aren't right next to my face, causing an issue with fringe in my face. So when it came through, the pleats, we're just grabbing them opposite of what we were doing before. With the gray in the front, we're going to have the red in the front. Okay. Want to flip that all the way around. Let's give that a good flip and pull. Okay. Now we're going to go at it. Okay, so we have this here, and we're going to get it to show us where the pleats are. It will show you, it really will. Don't fight it. They will come out. It may not be as many as in the back, but it's okay. This piece, and then there's this piece here. Okay. All right. So this part is up to you how blousy you want this piece to be. Kind of get an idea of how you'd like it, if you want it more this direction or if you want it more elongated. I like it like a happy medium between the two. And then this pocket here is where we're going to be sticking this. Now you may notice this showing. It's because our friend has fallen forward. Just a tad. Just a tad. Okay, so we will stuff this in here. All right, and because this wrap has No real knots in the front. You can finagle and pull and get it to be the way you like it, customize it to suit your face shape. Like, I'm going to adjust this forward just a little bit more because that's where I like it to set, and this one as well. So I'm going to pull that here and pull that here. And then I did have 3 pins originally in this wrap, just to hold this piece from coming out. I had an entire day of activity, and that was, you know, setting up the haul and all of that. So I didn't want it to come unhinged, undone during that time. But that is totally not necessary. I'm going to take this and walk it back just a little bit to show off more of the pleats on this side. As you can see, that's why I wasn't so concerned with the perfection of the pleats on this side, because this piece covers this, and you end up just focusing on this front swoop. But I do want to play around with these to get them prettier. Mainly what I'm doing right now is pushing that scarf back up onto the mini bobo. It scooched itself down to the base of it, and I just want it back. So it's going to take a second to get that where it belongs. I do recommend at this point grabbing yourself a straight pin. I don't think a magnet will work at this point. I think it'll just pull everything forward. This is just a plain old ordinary straight pin with a crystal end on it. It's a decent weight pin. It will not, at least I haven't had it snag my scarves, because if you exert too much pressure on it, it will bend before it will tear your scarf. But you have to experiment with the pins that you have. I buy these on purpose because they will, again, bend and not rip. It'll give way. Okay, so here we go. Now, swoops, swoops. Okay, so this is the wrap style. I'm going to feel in the back. I feel a little bit of the scarf has sort of bloused back here, so I'm just going to tuck it in and make it as neat as possible. Always check your wraps with with 2 facing mirrors before you walk out, just to make sure that everything is as you would like it in the back. Or if you don't have that, ask a friend, a family member, to check you out and make sure there's nothing wonky going on back here. All right, so this is the side. This is all the drama on this side. And then this is the back. All right. Well, this one definitely went smoother than the one I tried to film last night. I tried to utilize a brown and a gold color to do this wrap. I thought it would be prettier with the blue makeup that I was wearing yesterday to do the snowbound scarf in brown with the silver, excuse me. I decided on the silver. Why did I say gold? With the silver shimmery, and it looked really cute together. Unfortunately, I did not do the wrap correctly. I did a knot at the top, which is what I did yesterday for going to work. So it's, you know, it's pretty either way. It can be done either way, but to keep it more in line with what I was wearing on Sunday, I just did the swizzle on the top, and that gives it a completely different look here. The one that I did last night, and I will probably eventually post that other video because it's pretty. It's got the cascading shimmery right here, and it's just a really beautiful wrap, but it's not exactly the same. So yeah. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful day. It's Tuesday, so I'm off to work in about an hour. Deep breaths, deep breaths, and then home to do a lot more cleaning. I so all right. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon.